So hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to solve another popular question on Codeforces, that is same differences. So the problem states that you are given an array of n integers, count the number of pairs of indices ij such that index I is less than index j and element at index j minus element of index I is equal to j minus I. I think the problem statement was clear enough. Now let us have a look at the input. So the first line of the input contains the number of test cases. The first line of each test case contains one integer, that is n, that is the size of the array, and the second line of each test case contains n integers, that is our array A. Now let us have a look at the output format. For each test case, we have to output the number of pairs of indices ij which satisfies this given condition. Now, just going through the problem statement, the naive or the basic solution that may come to our mind is that, like we're given this condition, the naive solution that may come to our mind is we'll just run two loops and check the condition at every instance. And if this condition is satisfied, we'll just increment the counter. So let's have a look how our brute force solution will look like. So first we'll run loop I from 0 to n, that is the length of the array. Our second loop j, will run from I plus 1. Why I plus 1? Because the condition states that the j must be greater than I. It will also go till the end of the array, and each instance will check the condition, that is if if j minus I is equal to a of j minus a of I, and if this condition is satisfied, we'll just uh, increment the counter, and at the edge or end, when a loop exits, we'll just return this counter. So this is a brute force solution. Now, now coming to the time complexity, the brute force solution will take the time complexity of big of n square. But if you have a look at the constraints, it clearly states that the area of length of an array might go up to 10 to the power 5. So big of n square will certainly give us a time limit exceeded. Hence, this is not a good approach to follow. So let us discuss optimized approach, or how we can optimize this brute force approach. So first, let me clear my screen. Okay. So this is the given condition. Now, if I were to rewrite this given condition, it would be something like a of I minus I is equal to a of j minus j. So I have just shifted I to the LHS, and I have shifted a of j to RHS. So what is this? This is basically stating that we have to, this condition just tells us that we have to calculate the difference between the element and that the index of that element. So let us understand with an example. So let's take this example which I have taken from the sample input that was provided. So if we calculate the difference between the element and the index, we'll get the differences like the difference between 1 and 0 is 1, 6 and 1 is 5, 3 and 2 is 1, 4 and 3 is 1, 5 and 4 is again 1, and 6 and 5 is again 1. So from this, if we calculate the frequency of all the differences, we can see that 1 has occurred 5 times and 5 has occurred 1 time. Now, how many pairs can we form with how many pairs can we form with 5 ones? So this can be clearly calculated with the help of a formula, and that formula is basically n into n minus 1 divided by divided by 2. So with this formula, we can easily calculate the pairs that can be formed with 5 same elements, that is 5 ones. Okay, and in the same way, we can't form any pairs with a single 5. So it can also be satisfied with the help of the formulas, and that is uh, 1 minus 0, 1 into 0 is always 0, and 0 divided by 2 is also 0. If we calculate for 5, 5 into 4 will be 20, and 20 divided by 2 will be 10. So according to this formula, uh, according to this formula, this would be 5 into 4 divided by 2, that would be equal to 10, and this would be equal to 0. So 10 plus 0, the answer would be 0. 10 plus 0, the answer would be 10, and it is the same, like the answer is 10. So as we have discussed the approach, let's have a look at the code. So first we are taking the taking t, that is the number of test cases. Then for each test case, we are calling a function solve. In function solve, we are first taking the n, that is the length of the array. Then we are taking input whole array, that is a, into array of variable into array a. Then we are declaring a map frequency to count the frequency of the differences. So looping through all the elements in the array, we are just calculating the difference, that is a of I minus I, and storing incrementing the frequency. After we have got the frequency of each and every element in the array, we are declaring a variable count, that would be a final answer. And for each map element in the map element, that would be 1 and 5, and 5 and 1, uh, we'll just use this formula, that is n into n minus 1 divided by 2. Here n is the second element in the pair, or that is stored in the frequency. So this would be this here I am applying the formula, and I am adding the result into the count variable, and finally I am printing the count variable. So let's try running the code. This is the input that I've taken from Codeforces only, and as you can see, the output here matches exactly with the output that our code gives. So I've already submitted this solution, and the verdict was accepted. So our solution works. So this was it for the video. Thank you for watching.